We love everything. We love sports. Can you tell? But on this show, we make no bones about it. We have no errors about it. We love the NFL. The NFL is our jam. The NFL is our thing. We love NFL season more than we love anything else. And we are 100 days away from the NFL season kicking off at the home of the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Thursday night, September 4th. A touchdown favorite the Eagles are against the Dallas Cowboys. And given that we have reached this milestone, 100 days away from the start of the season, now's as good a time as ever to give some big picture takes as we start to develop them, right? Start to develop opinions. Opinions that will lead to bets for this upcoming NFL year. And this does not just have to be win totals, doesn't just have to be division. I think we can start thinking now with the bulk of free agency done. Obviously, there will still be some signings. June 1st is almost here. We'll get some June 1st cuts. There will still be news, obviously, but we are post-draft. And most rosters, and we're looking at you, Pittsburgh, whatever the hell you guys are going to do at quarterback, as Aaron Rodgers, instead of, showing up to practice or maybe sign a contract, is on with Joe Rogan talking about God knows what. And God bless him for it. But most rosters are fully formed at this point. Coaching staffs are done. And we are able to look at, and we have the schedule, and we're now able to look at all of this and start to form these opinions and start to make bets and start to have strong feelings about how the season is going to play out. And I want to start in the NFC, and then I got some good stuff, I think, on the AFC. The team that I can't get away from, I spent a lot of time thinking about it this weekend. This is a true story. So I went fishing yesterday on Memorial Day, and we caught no fish. 0 fish. We're basically just like on a boat and it's sunny. Nothing wrong with that. Really enjoyed it. But it allowed some time for thought and reflection. And I chose to take this time. I could have thought about, hey, how can I be a better husband? My wife kind of hates me right now. I watch basketball every night. Could have thought, hey, how can I be a better husband? My daughter just turned 1. How can I be a better father? How can I be a better son, brother, friend, nephew, coworker, whatever? Did I think about any of these things? How can I be a better Catholic? How can I be better for God? Did I think about any of these things? No. Did I think about the 2025 NFL season? Yes. A lot. And the team that I can't get away from, and it runs in a little bit of contrast to prior takes that I've given on this show heading towards the start of the season. The team in the NFC that I can't get away from is the Lions. And I'm proud to say our friend Joey Knish, celebrity Lions fan, pro sports bettor, will join us on the show later this week to talk about the NFL season. I can't get away from the Lions. When I think about Detroit, and I think about the way last season ended for the Lions, obviously losing that divisional round game that Saturday night at home to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, you'll remember my Sunday morning show the next day, and then back on You Better You Bet on Monday. I didn't throw Dan Campbell under the bus, or Aaron Glenn under the bus, or Jared Goff under the bus, or Ben Johnson under the bus. I said the reason the Lions lost this game is because basically every good player on their defense is hurt. I said it then, and I still think it now. That if Detroit's fully healthy, the way the Eagles ran through everybody and won the Super Bowl, maybe you want to make the case that the Eagles beat them in Detroit in the NFC Championship game. I certainly wouldn't argue against it, but man, that's a true clash of the Titans. If we get that, a healthy Lions team with Aiden Hutchinson and company healthy, that defense healthy, man, that would have probably been the Super Bowl with the way the Chiefs played in the big game. Lions against Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Detroit's going to get all these guys back from injury. The Lions are insanely talented. And I know they lost both coordinators, Ben Johnson to the Bears and Aaron Glenn to the Jets, as head coaches. Femi and I were talking about this a little bit before the show started, that we kind of hope that as the season draws closer, that we start to get some anti-Lions sentiment built into the market, that people are anti-Detroit because the coordinators are both gone as head coaches. I can't get away from the Lions here. That doesn't mean that I don't think the Eagles can win the Super Bowl again. Of course they can. Just Detroit is the team, and Detroit's a better price. Detroit is the team that has caught my eye in the NFC. I also like Green Bay a lot the more I think about it, which kind of leaves me in a weird position because I want to be really in on the Chicago Bears, and maybe the NFC North is just badass again this year. I want to be in on the Packers. I love the Matthew Golden pick. Especially with Christian Watson coming off the torn ACL. Like Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, all they do is win games. This division's going to be a beast. Like, what do we do with Minnesota, with J.J. McCarthy? What if he's good? I don't want to get away from Detroit, though. I don't want to sleep on the Detroit Lions. So if you made me pick an NFC winner, I mean, like water gun to my head, probably going to be Philadelphia. But at price, you get a better number betting the Detroit Lions than you would betting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I said at the start of the show that there's a team that I think everybody's sleeping on right now in the NFL. Because when you hear people now, and this could be people that do betting content, this could just be sports radio talking heads, sports TV talking heads, whatever. I want everybody to think about this, right? Because we all consume content, we all love sports. And ask me if what I'm about to say is incorrect. The teams that everybody's talking about right now in the AFC are the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens and the Bills. Those are the two teams right now that everybody's hot on heading into this NFL season. The Ravens and the Bills. Now, you know, if you've watched or listened to the show for any period of time, that I am crossing both of those teams off this year as far as winning the Super Bowl goes. And I think as long as you get health from Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, I think both teams are going to be awesome. I think both teams will win 1 million regular season games. Both teams will win their division. Allen and Lamar may be 1-2 in MVP voting again this year. It's certainly possible, right? No one would be shocked if that happened. But as far as winning the Super Bowl goes, year 8 for Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh, year 8 for Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. We've seen the movie 1 million times already. We know how it ends. In devastating fashion in January. So as far as the Super Bowl goes, I'm not going to have any interest in Buffalo or Baltimore. I am going to have some interest in the Houston Texans. And I love Houston's price. 35-1 to win the Super Bowl, 15-1 to win the AFC. Where if you want to make the case, and I think there's a strong case to be made, that C.J. Stroud has a bounce back. And I know Houston went to the divisional round again last year. Stroud was not as good last year as he was as a rookie. And he talked about it after the season, that he kind of needs to, that maybe he coasted a little bit off of his rookie year, thinking, hey, this is all really easy. He's on record saying that. And he's a serious guy. It's not like Anthony Edwards, like not taking responsibility. Like Stroud knows he screwed up. And I have no idea if Nick Caley, who's Houston's new offensive coordinator, great first name, I have no idea if he's going to be a good coordinator. But here's what I do know. There's no way he can be worse than Bobby Slowick. Not possible. Impossible. Defense is sick. You can make a case that the Texans are the most undervalued team right now in the futures market in the NFL. With that defense being as awesome as it is, D'Amico being a great defensive coach and a pretty damn good head coach, and that quarterback with his upside, where if he can reach the level that he reached as a rookie, why can't that happen? Even with Tank Dell likely done for the season. Why can't Nico Collins absolutely smash this entire season? Why can't that happen? And I know that they traded some offensive linemen. Like, the offensive line was not good last year. Like, I actually kind of support the idea of doing something different. I think the Houston Texans are worth a look here. And I think the Texans are going to end up winning the AFC South this year. And I love the Jaguars. I think the Texans are going to end up winning that division. There are teams that I really like in the AFC. I really like the Denver Broncos this year. I think that defense is going to be nasty. I love the pick of Jahdae Barron in the first round. That secondary is going to be ridiculous with Surtain, with Riley Moss, and Jahdae Barron. I love the R.J. Harvey pick at running back. Evan Engram playing the Joker role in Sean Payton's offense. Year 2 of Bo Nix in the Sean Payton scheme. I think Denver is going to win double-digit games. I think Denver's undervalued right now in basically every market at BetMGM. I think the Broncos are going to be nasty this year. I think the Patriots have a chance to be pretty good. I don't know if the Patriots are going to make the playoffs, but I said the day that they hired Mike Vrabel, I think this is the second best team in the AFC East this year. So I like a lot of teams in the AFC. There's one team, though, conspicuous by their absence thus far in this segment. A team that I think, unfortunately for everybody, is the team that everybody happens to be sleeping on right now. And it's crazy that people are sleeping on the team that has been to 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. You might be asking yourself, are we going to do this again? Yes. Yes, we are. I know that the Chiefs, trust me, I know. Kansas City got frickin' railroaded in the Super Bowl. I know because I lost a bunch of money on it. I loved the Chiefs all season, and it was great until it wasn't. Also, they went off favored in the Super Bowl, and obviously the Eagles beat the piss out of them. But loved Kansas City the entire season. How are the Chiefs not going to be better next year than they were this year? How's that not going to happen? I'm obsessed with the Josh Simmons pick. They get him right midway through regular season into the playoffs. His upside is to be the best offensive lineman selected in this draft one at the end of round number 1. Rashee Rice back from injury. Xavier Worthy breakout at the end of the season was amazing in the Super Bowl. Keep Hollywood Brown healthy. Travis Kelce back. They don't need Travis Kelce to be prime Travis Kelce. Offensive line should be really good. Isaiah Pacheco hopefully won't break his leg. Defense going to be amazing. And then there's the quarterback. The best in the league. Number 15 in red. And there's the Hall of Fame head coach. Kansas City, the 4th choice to win the Super Bowl. And the 3rd choice in the AFC. So people, please, when you get ready to bet and think about this NFL season, ask yourself, come January, are you going to want your money on Lamar, on Josh Allen, or on Patrick Mahomes? For me, the answer is easy.